Hello, Mark here from Third Models. Since it seems to be the norm to bloviate and pontificate on these videos on how to and whatnot, you know what, I'm going to do it myself. So, what do we have here? We have two 1/350 scale original series Polar Lights Enterprises on the construction. One is for Chris, one is for Joey. What I've done is got them all prepped and ready for base coating. You can see that the nacelles have been primed and the seams filled. Now there's no seams. What did I use for the seams? I used Tamiya and I used Bondo spot glazing putty. Normally I don't need to use the Bondo, but in this case, for some reason, both nacelle parts in both models were misaligned and would not close properly. Afterwards, I just cleaned it up more with this Tamiya putty. To all you experts, anybody who wants to do this, I highly recommend Tamiya with the orange cap. Why? Squadron putty, although it has been recommended by the YouTube experts, shrinks. So unless you are one of those guys that want to send the model to somebody and don't care after, and then the seams start cracking after a little while, this doesn't apply to you. But if you want something that's going to last forever, this is what you want to do. Doesn't shrink. Okay? Stay tuned for part 2. Hi guys, back again. Two 1/350 scale Polar Lights original series Enterprise builds on the construction. I have dry fitted one kit together, as that will be the first to get its base coat. The other one's mocked up just a little bit. I do this all the time to see, or to make sure that everything fits together nicely, adjustments required, etc., etc. One note, base coat. The Enterprise, first let me say this. Paint your model any color you want. Any color. However, these two, as is my own personal Enterprise, is painted per the 11-foot filming miniature. The base color is not light ghost gray. It is not AS16 light gray Tamiya. In fact, let's take a look. The color, I don't know if you could see it in this video, but the color of the plastic is actually the base color of the Enterprise. It's not light gray. It's a gray, a greenish gray. Of course, the saucer is going to be a little bit more greener because of the weathering. Yeah, I know there's no weathering in space, but guess what, yahoos? There was weathering on the saucer. It is not this color. Wrong. So, if you want it to look like the 11-foot miniature, the only way to get that color is to mix it. And thank God that Gary Kerr, Mr. Gary Kerr, graciously has given us all the formulas or the colors for the actual 11-foot miniature. Why there's still raging debates on all these hobby wine forums and whatnot, I do not know. The man has given you the key to the castle, yet there are those who refuse to take the key. And that's on them. So, these models are ready. They're going to be base coated. After they're base coated, then I'm going to start putting in the windows and the electronics. And at that point, I'll be taking care of the remaining seams on the secondary and the saucer. Secondary hull and the saucer. So, it's a lot of work, and I'm a perfectionist, especially when it comes to those nacelles. They got to look like a solid piece of aluminum, which is what the 11-foot miniatures nacelles are made out of. So, more updates to come. Thanks for dropping by.